We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at The Devil's Red Bride, issue 3. This is from Vault Comics in 2020, written by Sebastian Girner, art by John Bivens, colors by Iris Monahan, letters by Jeff Powell. We start out with Katsuko having a disagreement with her brother. He's upset about her decisions on the battlefield and in planning because it's got them boxed in. And it turns out this is how she acquired her sword, which appears to be some sort of cursed object that she took in exchange for some undisclosed payment. And with these sorts of devil's bargains, it never ends well. And that's how she gets the label of Devil's Red Bride, because she's a devil's bride. Then we jump to the modern day, where she, Fubi, and the others have arrived at the temple they were looking for, and they find a lone monk praying in front of a Buddha type statue. Well, there's definitely something weird going on, and the place is a little unnerving and creepy. We also find that Fubi is having sex with one of the men. It's a fairly graphic scene. We do see some nudity in this, along with some gore later on, so this is definitely an adult book. At that point, we learn the origin of Fubi, and we learn that there is a lot more going on at this temple than what it looks like. Katsuko has to deal with that. That last part really could have been extended out a few more pages, but it's kind of difficult with the constraints of a regular floppy. It was a really solid issue. A lot happens in this. This is a very important issue for the storyline because you get a lot more background on Katsuko, how she got the sword, and Fubi and her origin, as well as this really creepy D&D type adventure with this monster thing that's going on. And there's a lot of really cool stuff. So this was probably the best issue so far. It's really solid work all around. Great indie art. Most people aren't going to like this type of art, but I have to tell you, for a small independent book, it works really well. It's got kind of this rough, dirty look to it that actually really helps the story, because it is a pretty dark, rough story. So I really liked it. I thought this was a solid issue all around, and I'm looking forward to reading issue 4. So if you get a chance to pick this up, I highly recommend this series. I think it's been a lot of fun. There's not as much of the girl power rah-rah type stuff in this one. It's kind of dialed back, and I like that quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next issue, because this is definitely one of my favorite books so far in my reading stack for the month, and I'm absolutely looking forward to the next issue. Just ignore the covers. They don't do justice to the book itself. They're very poorly designed for what this book really is, which is way more interesting than the cover portrays. They're technically well done. For me, they just don't do the book justice. That'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel in other ways, links to my Patreon, Streamlabs, and Teespring store are in the description, and as always, we hope to see you on the next one.